Hi, welcome to another edition of Super Low Rent Sports Talk Theater, the Double Dribble edition. I'm Chris Clark. This is Joe Ovius.
What up, Chris Clark? How are you today?
I'm doing fine because I'm rolling with the Carolina Brewery Imperial Stout. What are you drinking?
I couldn't decide, so I'm going to polish off the Miller High Life, and then I'll move on to the Chimay Blue today with the 9%.
Way to step up in weight class, Joe.
Yeah! Big game tonight, Chris Clark, between NC State and North Carolina.
Yeah, whatever. Let's talk about the real issue from this week, and that is the pissing match between Mike Krzyzewski and Roy Williams. Do we remember how this got started?
Yes, we do remember how this got started. And this is just the 2007-2008 version of the pissing match. This pissing match has gone all the way back to, like, Duke, Kansas, year 2000 Winston-Salem NCAA tournament, right?
I believe the quote was, "Go coach your own team."
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So, at the beginning of the year, a lot of us thought Duke was overvalued at the 11th spot. And then this notion of them overachieving kind of took over in the papers and in sports talk and message boards. So the question was asked, Chris, of Roy Williams, what do you think of Duke's overachieving this year? And his response was?
Overachieving? They got 8 McDonald's All-Americans.
Zing! Yeah, bit of a problem there. So round one on the pissing match meter goes to
Roy Williams.
Round two, Chris, happened on Sunday after Duke lost to Wake Forest. Coach K talking to Bob Harris on the Duke Radio Network postgame, which you can hear on 620 The Bull and 850 The Buzz.
Represent.
Yeah. At that point, Coach K decided to talk about Nolan Smith and his play. He had 18 points that night.
Played well.
Very well. Coach K then said, you know, he hyperextended his knee against Maryland, and he played through that, and unlike other schools, we don't give our injury reports out.
Who could he be talking about?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, Carolina. Where does this rank on the pissometer? So, Monday night, Roy Williams live with Woody Durham, which, again, you can't hear on Sports Radio 850 The Buzz. Are you noticing a trend here? You can hear all these things on Sports Radio 850 The Buzz and 620 The Bull.
Why would you listen to anything else when it comes to the ACC?
Yeah, seriously. On Roy Williams live with Woody Durham, unprovoked, Roy Williams decides to drop this nugget in response to Coach K.
Regardless of what somebody else says about they have injuries too, which is a bunch of bunk, so I don't give a crap what somebody else says. But coach their own damn team, I'll coach my team. So in case anybody has heard some statements about that.
Let's go to the urine cake-o-meter and see where this ranks.
And the winner is.
And the winner is.
And the winner is.
Oh, thank you!
So, sorry, State fan, that kind of took away from your game against Carolina tonight. I'm sorry.
I completely forgot that was even happening.
Whoops. But hey, we do have an exclusive here on Sports Radio 850 The Buzz and our Low Rent Sports Talk Radio Theater podcast. In fact, the first glimpse, the first ever look at Carolina's bus that they will be taking, their brand spanking new bus.
That's right, because it is the NC State game, so you need to pull out all the stops. It is a rivalry.
Absolutely.
Carolina's going to travel to Raleigh to play this game, and they're taking the new team bus.
Slick. That's a slick-looking bus. I gotta say, that's a slick-looking bus right there.
That is a smooth ride.
So, all joking aside, Chris, we do have NC State versus Carolina tonight at the RBC Center. I got an email, actually a couple of emails from State fans this week asking why there hasn't been a lot of hype leading up to the North Carolina NC State game. And my response has been, it's kind of on you guys, isn't it?
Most State fans have already resigned themselves to the NIT, so pardon us for not really hyping something up that at least half the fans involved sort of kind of only care about.
Well, State fans always care about beating North Carolina. That goes without question. It's just that they don't think their chances are going to be all that high. So, Chris, easy to say that North Carolina is just going to run State out of their own building based on what happened at the Smith Center earlier this year, where State just had one of the worst first-half performances of all time.
It is. It's improbable that State wins the game. It's not impossible, though. I mean, NC State would have to have a perfect game from all of their guys, especially at the point position. Javi Gonzalez and Marcus Johnson were staring directly at you. State's got good players. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to get all the players playing well at the same time. NC State's capable of playing 20 good minutes against anybody. I mean, hell, they had the halftime lead against Duke earlier this season. They just can't put a 40-minute effort together against good ACC teams. It's unlikely that they win tonight. Carolina probably by double digits.
Now, what are the chances of 5 starters being completely healthy for North Carolina? Or are we going to get a press release saying that about 8 guys are questionable for tonight's game?
Everyone's got the stomach flu, a hangnail, and a turned ankle. So maybe if all that happens, then State could win the game. But
no, because as Carolina has proven so far, they'll give you about 6 guys that are on their injury report, but like half those guys will play. So you're good. Don't worry about it. Carolina guys, I know you're all freaking out as to, oh my goodness, Tyler Hansbrough, he had a toe. It was ripped. It was infected.
I'm doing today's show with a hyperextended knee, a no toenail, and a little bit tipsier at this point.
I'm a little gassy, but I've managed to do this. So we're good. You haven't felt the effects of that, have you?
No.
Okay, good.
Thank
I've
God,
tried to
no.
keep it in.
No.
I've tried to keep it in. So I think the official predictions of...
What, are we on a first date?
No. How many times have we done this?
Why would you hold it in otherwise?
You have an excellent point. Maybe because I respect you.
I don't even hold it in around my girlfriend. What do you mean to respect me?
The official Low Rent Sports Talk Theater stance on this game is what? We're guessing Carolina. I'm going Carolina just like ridiculously big.
I'm moving Carolina comfortably.
Okay.
Comfortably. I mean, the Heels are going to win the game, but I don't think it's going to be an embarrassment as the game at Chapel Hill was for NC State fans.
Nothing can be as embarrassing as it was at the Smith Center, but trust me, there's going to be something that happens in this game that will make State fans feel even worse, and will cause you cubicle dwellers to not want to go to work the next day because that Carolina fan, the Walmarter, if you will be all up in your face talking the smack.
Yeah, that dude sucks. Unless he's got a diploma in his office. Yeah. He's a Walmarter.
Tell him to shove it. That's going to wrap up another edition of Super Low Rent Sports Talk Theater. I'm Joe Ovius.
I'm Chris Clark. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.